Hi, it's Aaron from Buzzardsville Ukuleles here. If you followed some of the other videos I posted up quite some time ago, you're probably wondering where you can go with your playing next. Well, if you've enjoyed following those, finding out about thirds and fifths and octaves, then here's a couple of riffs that you might be able to use just to advance your playing a little bit more for a bit more fun. Okay, so the first one we're going to learn is a simple little riff played often in folk music. You'll hear it very often in country music, in some rock and roll music as well. It's quite common. Usually heard by a big thumping double bass in the background. So what we're going to do, I'm going to play this in the key of D, and I'm going to start off with the root notes D. I'm going to put that on the A string, and we're going to move that up to the 5th fret, just for an example for now. So we're going to play D, and then we're going to swing that up to the string above, the A string in the 5th position, the E string in the 5th position, which is an A note. So again, so there's your D, up onto the 5th position on the E string, A. And we're simply going to play alternates. So D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A. If you wanted to, you could bar it. That's using one finger for 2 strings. D, A, D, A, D, A, D, A. Straightforward as that. Okay. Now you can carry on doing that as long as you like. That's a common pattern. For those of you that have watched my video before on fifths, you'll know that the D and the A, that A can also be played here, which would tell you that A is the 5th in the D chord. You don't need to know that. Okay. As we carry on through, you'll hear this little riff interspersed between the D's and the A's. Okay, and that's very simple as well. It's played on the E string on this occasion, and you're going to hit the 3rd fret, that's the G, and the 5th fret, which is the A. So it'll go. Now, as you might notice, I'm not actually plucking the strings when I'm playing it. What I'm doing is hammering on, and hammering on is a very useful technique if you are a bass player, guitar player, bass ukulele player especially, because it works very well with the synthetic strings. What I'm actually doing is I'm hitting the E string, and then I'm slamming my finger down onto the G, and then while there's still a bit of sustain going on there, I'm going to then slam my other finger down onto the 5th fret, so it goes one pluck. You can do it by plucking each note if you want to. It gets a bit tricky when you're playing a bit faster though, so you could go if you wanted to. So it sounds like this. You could carry on playing that for as long as you wanted to. If you're holding on to one chord all the way through, do that. And just to add a bit more interest to it, you will also hear a in the middle, and what that does, it breaks it up. You can play at the end of every bar, every second bar, every 4th bar. Okay, and once again on the E string, sorry. Once again on the E string, you're plucking on the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret, and you're actually plucking this time rather than hammering on. So you'll get. Okay. From there, move on to the string below if you wanted to. So now, of course, you're playing in the G position. Exactly the same fingerings as the string down. And then back to D if you wanted to. That's riff number 1. So So the next one we're going to play is a very simple, straightforward little fill you can put together to just spice up as a fill for any pattern you happen to be playing. But very often if you're playing a simple root note pattern, you want something just to spice it up a little bit. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing a root, then a fourth, then a fifth, then a 12th in quick succession. Sounds like this. Okay, I'll play it up on the 5th fret here, make it easier to be able to record it to show you. So, going to be playing in A, which as you know is going to be the E string on the 5th fret. Going to play the root note, then you're going to play the 4th, which is the string and fret directly below. So 5th fret on the E, 5th fret on the A string, and then you're going to play the 5th, so that's going to be on the 5th, 6th, 7th fret. So 5th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, and then as you put that finger down, you're also going to use it to hit the 7th fret on the string below, and there you have your octave, there you have your 12th, just there. So it sounds like this. Okay, dum 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 dum, and again slowly. But the way you're going to use it, and to make it sound pretty swish, is you're going to use the hammer on. So I'm only going to pluck the note a couple of times. The first time I hit on the pick is going to be for the A. Then I'm going to pluck so it's playing on the D beneath. I'm not going to pluck it again, I'm going to just bang that finger down onto the 7th fret. And as that finger goes down, it's actually pressing down both of those two strings. Finish off by plucking on the D string beneath. So. Okay, so that makes sense.